What up? I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give a quick walkthrough on how I convert all my songs so they always play on a CDJ and you don't get that dreadful uh, track not supported error. So for doing this, I use Adobe Media Encoder. I have the paid subscription, but you can get the 7-day free trial and it'll still work after the 7 days, just in the background. You'll get the warning that your trial has expired, but the program will still work. You just won't be able to edit any um, presets that we're gonna make. So we all know the warning of the Pioneer CDJs not playing a tune, and the Pioneer website sucks because if you go to the specification of like a CDJ 2000, for example, it just tells you it plays wave, but we know it doesn't always play a wave. You can see our sound card plays up to 24-bit, 48 kilohertz, um, but it doesn't really give you much more information than that. Um, There's another website I found of some guy giving some specs. He says Wave 16-bit for CDJ 2000, 44.1, 48K. Bitrate, he doesn't mention anything, but from what I've noticed, the issue on tracks not playing is they are not 1624, they are not 44.1 or 48, but the biggest thing is they have a variable bitrate. And so you can see that in record box. If you open up the bitrate, open up the bitrate column here by just right clicking in the top bar, you will see like all my tunes are 14, 14, 11, 16, 44, 1. But I know that, where did it go? This track has a variable bit rate. So sometimes it shows as VBR, other times it shows as just a really high number. So rather than just loading a tune and checking it in record box and then having to re-import it, I just drop every tune. I convert every tune that I download into the spec I know for a fact will play, which is 16-bit, 44, 1411 wave, 44.1. So I convert all of my songs that I'm gonna DJ into this. Um, Honestly, I even do MP3s just because it's easier, but you can have a separate preset that will convert your MP3s into 320 or whatever you want it to. So, like I said, we're going to do this in Media Encoder, and it's really easy once you set this up. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to my desktop here, and I'm going to set up a new folder. And I'm just going to call it input. And I'm going to drag every tune I want to convert into this input. So for example, if I want to convert this tune, drop it into my input folder. And in Media Encoder, you're going to want to open up a watch folder, and you can click this plus sign, add folder, and it's asking you what folder do you want to be the watch folder. So I'll go to my desktop, I'm going to select that folder I just made, and there we go. So now we want to set our output settings, and you can do that by just clicking one of the blue highlight things right there. So I want to convert this into a wave. I want to convert this to 44.1 stereo, 16-bit, and that's it. And then you can select your output folder. So I usually do it right next to it. So I'll call another folder output on my desktop. And there we go. Now we have our watch folder. Now our cue, maybe I need to re-drag it in. Oh, see, it picked up the tune that I dropped in. So you can have this checkbox, auto encode watch folders, which will just auto convert any tune you drop into here. So let me just show you another one. I'm just going to drag in another tune into that input folder on my desktop that we made and give Adobe Encoder a second. And there it is, picked it up, converted it, and it's done. And if we go back to our desktop, we can check our output folder. And now we have 2 tunes. So if I drag them into record box, here they are at the bottom here. You can see there are 14, 11, 16-bit, 44, 1K. I've been doing this method for like 3 to 4 years, and it has never failed me. I've used other audio converting programs such as XLD, which in the past I've had a really good track run with. But I noticed sometimes if you on like other programs, if you input a 32-bit file, which is huge, has a lot of audio information there, some of the free audio converters will just convert it to straight up distortion if you input a 32-bit file there. So, but Adobe Encoder has always been able to transcode anything I've thrown into it, whether it's 32-bit or any type of file. The only thing Encoder won't do is convert a FLAC file, which I generally convert just out of Ableton, and I'll just drop in the FLAC in Ableton and output a wave and then drop it into my watch folder here. You can also use Audacity to convert those, and maybe I'll do another tutorial on setting up Audacity for the same type of method. Although Adobe Encoder is really stable, and these watch folders just save here. And like I said, this method will even work if you don't pay for Encoder. If you're just running the free trial, you'll get the warning that your trial expired, but these will still run in the background. What else? Oh yeah, so Adobe Encoder, I'm going back to my input folder I created on my desktop. So after you drag a tune in there, it's gonna, like I said, convert the tune into your output. But in the input, it'll preserve your original song that you dropped in here. I generally just delete these after a certain amount of time because it's just going to clog up space. But it does preserve it in case there's some issue. But I've never had an issue. It's always worked. I do this on literally everything. Even if I know it is 16, 44, 14, 11 already, I still convert it because there's nothing worse than getting up there and your tune's not working. All right. Hope this was helpful. Big up.